Today, I do not direct my comments to my fellow committee members. Instead, my statement is directed to the generations of Americans yet unborn who will learn about this vote in their history books long after I'm dead. I want them to know that members of this body believe that this vote was a rejection of the constitutional principles we were sworn to uphold. And I want them to know that I objected. Let me make clear that I am not defending the actions of Lois Lerner, but rather the protections guaranteed by the Constitution to every American. And perhaps I'm a little sensitive about rights, having been the son of two former sharecroppers with only a second-grade education who did not have certain rights throughout their lives. So let me also make clear that I wanted to hear Ms. Lerner's testimony. I want to know why she did not discover for more than 1 year that inappropriate criteria were being used in Cincinnati. However, I cannot cast a vote that would place me on the same page of the history books as Senator Joseph McCarthy or the House Un-American Activities Committee, and I do not draw that comparison lightly. Today, this committee is trying to do something that even Joe McCarthy could not do in the 1950s, something virtually unprecedented. 60 years ago, Joe McCarthy tried and failed to obtain a criminal conviction of an American citizen after she professed her innocence before his committee and asserted her right not to testify under the Fifth Amendment. I want to read briefly from the hearing transcript. In 1954, Senator McCarthy accused a woman named Diana Hogue of being a communist. And the similarities to today's hearing are simply striking. Like Ms. Lerner, Ms. Hogue professed her innocence. She said this, and I quote, "I have never engaged in espionage or sabotage. I am not so engaged. I will not so engage in the future. I am not a spy nor a saboteur." Like Chairman Issa, Senator McCarthy argued that she waived her Fifth Amendment rights, stating, and I quote, "When the witness says she never engaged in espionage, then she waived the Fifth Amendment, not merely as to that question, but to the entire field of espionage." And like the Chairman Issa is doing today, Senator McCarthy held the witness in contempt and sought criminal prosecution. But the federal court rejected Senator McCarthy's legal theory. The court held that the defendant, and I quote, "The defendant did not waive her privilege under the Fifth Amendment, and that she was entitled to a judgment of acquittal on all counts." If today's vote were really about weighing these significant constitutional questions, we would have held at least one hearing with experts on all sides of the debate. But the committee has never held a single hearing with a single expert witness on these issues. As of today, a total of 31 independent experts have now come forward to identify fatal flaws in this contempt proceeding. They conclude that the chairman did not follow constitutional due process protections. These are not my lawyers, as the chairman has said. They include 2 former House counsels, 3 former Supreme Court clerks, and prosecutors and professors from across the country. Significantly, they also include both Democrats and Republicans. I do not want to go back to the shameful era which Congress tried to strip away the constitutional rights of American citizens under the bright lights of hearings that had nothing to do with the responsible oversight and everything to do with the worst kind of partisan politics.